welcome to my channel. My name's Faith. In today's video, it's gonna be part one of a two-part series of my extreme bathroom makeover. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, whichever made you choose to click on it. Today's gonna be very exciting because we're doing a bunch of DIYs that I get to style and put in my bathroom. It was kind of a space that had no style, no direction. It was just very bland. And I'm gonna be putting up some shelves, so I need some things to style it with. So today we're gonna be making all of those simple, easy DIYs that anyone can do with things that you have laying around the house or very simple tools. So if you're interested in watching how I make all of these DIYs for my bathroom, then keep on watching. For this first project, what you need is air dry clay, a paintbrush, some water, a rolling pin, and some parchment paper. And so what you want to do is lay out your parchment paper and grab some clay in your hand and position it onto your parchment paper. And then using your paintbrush, you want to get some water on it to moisten it up to make it easier to maneuver around with. And using your rolling pin, you want to roll it out and make it as smooth as possible. Is slowly carve out whatever shape that you're using after you have gotten it rolled down in as smooth as possible. I used an oval shape, but you can use any shape, a circle, a square, whichever one works for you. And then what you want to do is roll some clay in your hand and then put it around the shape that you drew out and start trying to press it onto the edge. Take your time using your brush, your fingers, whichever works best for you. I did a variation of both. So what I started to do was long curve and then to draw an eye and an eyeball, but as you'll see, I ended up changing this design because I couldn't figure out how to get the face structure that I wanted, so I ended up taking it apart. As you can see, my boyfriend is here trying to coach me on what to do and how to make the face, but eventually I just took it apart and I restructured it. And I just decided to do a bridge of a nose. I thought that that would be a little bit easier. I used some water to connect it to the plate again to make sure that it's molding and sticking. And yeah, take your time using your water, your brush, your fingers, and just be as creative as you want. Free flow. What you could do is you could carve out to your design, but for me, I just freehanded it, which of course caused me to, change my design a little bit, but I liked doing it this way and it turned out perfectly fine. Just keep going until you get the desired look. And once that's done, you want to let it dry for about 24 hours to 2 days. And there you are, that's all done. This next DIY, we're gonna be making some abstract art. One day I was scrolling through Pinterest and I saw a bunch of these different abstract arts. I think they're called mark making, and it's just a bunch of different abstract things that you put together and you create this special art. And I specifically saw Laura Horn's art and I was really inspired by the colors that she had. It kind of went well together with my bathroom. I took a lot of inspiration from this bathroom rug that I got, and those were kind of the colors that stuck out to me. So I really wanted to recreate my own. I'm not an artist. I rarely paint. This is very new to me, but I've always been very inspired by it and admired people that could paint and make these type of art pieces. So I thought, why not try it myself? The good thing about abstract art is there's no direction and there's no specific style. You can kind of just do whatever you want, whatever you feel, and just let it flow and go with the flow, and it will turn out well because you made it and there's no rules. So let's get right into this DIY. You'll need a canvas, a paintbrush, acrylic paint. I started off with the older canvas that I already had and I just completely painted it white so I could have a pretty blank slate and just kind of go off and just do whatever I wanted and not be influenced by any one color. I started off with some teal paint. So the teal was kind of going to be the main color of my art that I was going to use, so I kind of placed this in the majority of the parts of my painting. and I used this as the base layer for everything else that I was adding on. And then I took a smaller brush and painted some pink over it. There's really no right or wrong answer for abstract art. You know, it's just kind of based on what you want to do. As you can see, I just used a bunch of colors that I thought would look well together based on my color palette and what I wanted to use for my bathroom. Variations of pinks, mauves, teal, colors of that sort. And then let the layers dry so that you can layer more colors on top of them without them mixing. What I used was a blow dryer. I thought that was the fastest way to have the layers dry. And as you can see, I started changing the colors because I didn't really like the way that that mauve color was looking. Using my spray bottle, I started spraying some of the colors, specifically the blue. And as you can see, it's giving that drip down watered effect, which I really liked. I also did it with the white color that I painted, and I thought it looked really great. It added some texture and some layer to the color. And again, you can see that I decided to change the colors and I just painted right over it. I also added some red dots, some white dots, something that adds some interest to the art. I was also very inspired by some of the art that I saw on Pinterest, and I saw that this was a common theme of adding some dots here and there. I started using a chalk pen and drew some circles in the corner. I went in with fine tip black pen that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I just drew some lines around spots that I had painted to give it some more interest. And that's it. That's the end of the project. For this third project, what you'll need is any vase that you would want to paint and some acrylic paint in whatever colors that you desire, baking powder, paintbrush, and a container to mix the colors in. I got this tutorial from Pinterest, and it's basically like a chalk paint that you make using baking powder and acrylic paint. Poured some paint into my container until I got the desired color that I wanted, and then I started adding baking powder. Mix it until you get the desired consistency that you want. I wanted it to be a little bit more liquidy because if you add too much baking powder, then it can get really dry, and when the paint dries, it can start cracking. And then what you want to do is just paint the outside of your vase. She said to paint the inside of your vase as well to make it look as natural and real as possible. And I thought that was such a great idea, so I did that as well. And then I let it dry and came back and painted again. I gave this vase about 3 coats, making sure that I turned it around and painted the bottom. And once that's dry, you're all set. It's a quick and easy way to upcycle flower vases that you get, or any vase that you may find thrifting, different colored vases. It's a perfect way to upcycle those, and you can throw in some leaves, some wheat, some flowers in there and really touch it up. For this next project, what you'll need is a drill, a tape measure, a pencil, a handsaw, wooden dowels. I got these 12-inch ones from Hobby Lobby. What you want to do is measure as long as you need it to be. I wanted mine to be 9 inches, so I measured 9 inches using my measuring tape, marked it off, and using your handsaw, you want to start cutting the wooden dowel down to the length that you need it to be. I use a scrap wood to hold the wooden dowel a little bit above my table so that I wouldn't saw into my table. But I do recommend that you get hand clamp and prevent it from moving around. I also do not recommend using this handsaw at all. It wasn't very stable. I'd recommend you using just a standard handsaw, but eventually I got to a point where I could just snap it off using some sandpaper. You want to sand it down and making sure the edge is very smooth. Once the edges are sanded down, you'll want to take these leather wristbands. I got these ones from Hobby Lobby. I actually got this idea from Jessie Girl Home. She used these to make leather pulls for her bathroom knobs, so I snapped them together and then I measured out where I would need to screw them into the wall. I did them 2 inches from the edge, and then I drilled in a hole, and I did that on both leather pulls, and once I was done, I hung them up. There you go, you have a simple, easy, but cute toilet paper holder. For this last project, we're gonna create some DIY stickers. I just selected a few of the inspirational quotes and had them printed out, and I had various sizes that I made just to see which one I wanted. You'll need some wax paper, some tape, and some scissors. Using your scissors, you want to cut out your outline of the sticker that you're wanting to make. Once everything's cut out, taking your wax paper, you want to place pieces of tape on the wax paper, and you want them to be about 1 inch larger than your cutout pieces on each side. Place them down, making sure that they fit the pieces that you have perfectly. And then once you have those pieces of tape down, you want to start taping your cutout pieces to the wax paper, making sure that they're all fully covered. And then once those are all taped down, you can start cutting out the sticker size that you want. Now I kept about 1 centimeter diameter around each sticker piece that I wanted to make. And once you have all of your stickers cut out, you can start peeling off the wax paper. And just like that, you're all done. That wraps up today's today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and got some inspiration and were able to take back some things that you can make in your home and not just put in your bathroom, but anywhere in your home. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next part of the series, part 2 of my extreme bathroom makeover, where I'll actually be making over my bathroom and putting all these decor items and styling in them in there, and you get to see how it comes all together from start to finish. So if you're interested in watching that, please subscribe and click that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.